Alright, so hello everyone, my name is Colin Frank. I want to discuss with you guys a WMS, specifically a Toyota WMS from Bastion Solutions. It's called Exacta. And before I start going into it, just to explain what I'm going to be doing, I'm discussing the information technology of Exacta WMS, the competitive environment of Toyota and Bastion, and how organizations can implement Exacta into their organization. But before I get into that, I should probably explain to you what a WMS is. It's basically a warehouse management system is what it stands for. And what it does is it's a software that has your warehouse processes on there and it helps you manage the warehouse. It's simple enough. The information technology, it utilizes a lot of equipment. Computers, printers, access points, terminals, whether they be handheld or on forklifts, and ensures that everyone is on the same page, from managers to low-level employees. And as for the software applications, it can be applied to anything, from when you receive the order to when it's out the door. And when you want to talk about returns, it can do that as well. And one example of this is Houston Johnson. It's a company from 2012 that implemented Exacta WMS. And they saw great results with it. They saw much more of their orders were getting out of the door on time. And they saw an increase in their throughput, which is materials going through the warehouse, by 50%. And they saw a decrease in their training costs as well. And then just moving on to the competitive environment that is Toyota and Bastion is in. So Toyota, you know the players. You have Toyota, you have Honda, Nissan, Ford, Kia, just to name a few. And it is an industry that is growing and is going to grow almost $2 trillion in the next 5 years. And then you look at Bastion, they're in an industry that's a lot smaller, but something you should not sleep on, as they're going up against companies you don't know really, TGW Logistics, Murata Machinery, and the Beamer Group. And where do these companies rank, you may ask? Well, Toyota obviously is in front of the pack in terms of their automaking industry, whereas Bastion is very much in the middle, but it's soon to change because of their connection to Toyota and what Toyota has been able to do for Bastion. And also, it's about ready to heat up because of COVID-19. Because of COVID, many businesses, as you probably know, they took a drop in sales, projects, anything that they have to do with. And after that, when COVID was relatively handled, companies started to do a lot more and a lot better. So what Bastion saw was, as described by a VP, was there was a quarter where they basically did nothing. And right after that quarter of doing nothing, they saw their customers basically saying, look, we need that stuff that we wanted before, but we want you to go further. We want you to help us automate even more. And the first step to doing that is through a warehouse management system. Though, remember that this is for across the entire material handling industry. And companies have started to innovate as well. You have Ford implementing a WMS from Infor in several European countries. You have Beamer and TGW Logistics working on innovating their automated sortation technology. So they're really trying to catch up to the front and be better than Toyota and Bastion. So how have Toyota and Bastion handled it? Well, being that Toyota is a big corporation, they have started acquiring and collaborating with other companies, whereas Bastion has hired more employees to try to handle the demand that they are running into with the increase in automation and with the need for warehouse solutions from every part of the industry, from automotive to the pharmaceutical industry. this all may sound great, but how do I implement Exacta? Well, there are some success factors you need to look at when implementing any warehouse management system. You need to look at, is it customizable? Am I able to integrate it into my business? Well, Bastion is no stranger to it. As I mentioned, they've worked in tons of other areas, from automotive to pharmaceutical. And they know that businesses are different no matter where you go. And so how you would start the implementation process is simply calling them or emailing them or filling out a form on their website. And they'll get in touch with you, and then they'll say, okay, what are our objectives? And then they'll create a basic package to streamline implementation, and then work out what exactly the businesses want to keep or what they're willing to go up to in terms of the implementation of Exacta. And then right after they've finished with that, they would then ask the company, like, is this okay? Is this good? Is this to the point where you're okay with the implementation process? And the company says yes, they push forward with the implementation. If not, back to the drawing board. And so obviously with any introduction of a new technology, there's risk. And there certainly is risk with introducing Exacta WMS. And it is that people may not understand it, and there may be problems with the technology, which is understandable with every technology. So throughout the implementation process, Bastion is training employees from the company, whether it be online classes or on site, to help them understand it. And then afterwards, when implementation is done, they then look to constant improvements. They have 24/7 customer support. You can call them, you can email them, and they will help you with whatever problem you have, whether it be immediate or not threatening at all to you. And they will talk to you, and they will be there for you in terms of your issues. So just to conclude what I've been saying Bastion and Toyota are great companies when it comes to their technology. Bastion Solutions Exacta WMS is a shining example of a warehouse solution that can help any company, no matter what their industry is. And in order for Toyota and Bastion to push forward in the competition, they're going to need to work on innovating, obviously, the warehouse management software, and also any other solutions that they may have to their warehouses, and to make sure that they don't sleep on the competition. And I want to thank you guys for listening. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in Canvas. And if you're in my discussion group, feel free to talk to me about my presentation. Thank you guys. Have a good day.